Wolf blushing over food. He got sauce all over his face. Got sauce over his face like it's from stew chicken or something. A genuine reaction though to the trailer for the Campfire Cooking in Another World, which is one of the most wild isekai titles. Not the wildest, I got a list. So now this is a little different. I'm gonna have this in the background a little bit, and then I'm gonna, you know, kind of play around this visually. This is DoctorDead again, their favorite horror and anime madman. I hate isekais. So I'll give my thoughts, and then I'll just talk about isekais for a second after. Hold on, I got read this subnosis, you generally know what's going on. I think it's funny. I ain't gonna lie, some of the visuals on this, the food actually looks good. See, the Japanese know how to really make food look extremely appetizing, even in animated format nowadays. Wait, is the fucking wolf blushing over fucking food? He got sauce all over his face. Lightning, fish, looks like a burger. Hey, there you go. Got sauce over his face like it's from stew chicken or something. Bad boy on. I wonder what food they have normally produced there. Okay, so this actually visually looks appetizing to me because we're not overly focused on character tropes and pushing that half the damn cast had to be sexual deviants that can't do or think or move any which way without some woman telling them what to do. Sometimes that shit is funny, other times it's like, Jesus Christ, can you have a goal that's not about sex? Ignore that. When it comes to Denji though, Denji's one of the few characters from Chainsawman. I let that shit go because he's funny as hell. My other rant about isekais really, and why they're not my favorite, is really because there's an influx of novels adopting these bullshit long titles in droves. Now I said I was gonna talk about the good shit first, but now, you know, I changed my mind, so, you know, you guys are just stuck in particular. But I'm gonna tell you some of these titles that are absolutely insane, and then I'll probably visually put this up in the real video. But my favorite crazy ass long title is outrageous. Me, a genius, I was reborn into another world, and I think you got the wrong idea. Like, what the fuck? Like, they don't even waste time trying to think of like an original concept.
Really, nigga?
I really fucking hate isekais. Isekais are some of the most laziest form of anime media. The novels themselves aren't bad, but the anime portions are very clickbaity. They focus a lot on particular character tropes, etchiness, weak main characters that have a tendency to be incels, pretty much. You know, very particular incel characters that are traveling to another world, or hikikomoris. Their journey is either to find themselves or to evolve as a person, which in the 2000s, that was a good thing to see. In our era where everything is, you know, gridlocked and it's very easy to seclude yourself, that's not some shit I want to see in terms of forums or media at all. So I'm not really fond of the, you know, incel push in these stories, especially when they're around boundless amounts of women and they don't do anything physical with them. Beyond that, I want to say there's some good isekais actually, before I, you know, just shit on isekais as a whole. And before even going to good isekais, the reason I'm watching this Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill, I'm slapping at the fucking title. The reason why I'm watching that is because one, is produced by Mappa. Mappa has so far not produced bullshit, so I'm actually fairly interested in, you know, how this is actually going to come out. Ufotable Table as well. Those are the main two that I've been, you know, looking at the most. I'm very big in my anime, even slice of life. Even if I watch shows like Uncle from Another World, for the most part, I make sure, you know, we're watching, or at least I'm watching, something that has some level of thought-provoking concepts or perspectives. Unless it's horror, and then I just want to see somebody get stabbed. But, you know, these shows, they're just small forms of mindless entertainment. I'm gonna go look at my phone most of the time. I'm not gonna pay attention. There's no overarching story, usually, as far as what it's about, outside of it being produced by Mappa, because, you know, that's kind of what's getting my attention. Talking about dropping this in January 2023. Director Kiyoshi Matsuda. Series composition is done by Michiko Yokoti. Character design is by No Atsu. We already know it's by Mappa. And the cast, because I'm horrible remembering names like, you know, Yumi Uchida and Satoshi Hino, is Fel, and Hinakino is Sui. I'm not really good at remembering which artist is who, which voice actor really, but what I do remember usually is their voice and who it's attached attached to. So I used to be really good at that, now I'm horrible at it. And basically this series is about 27-year-old Kuda Tsuyoshi, who's transported to a fantasy world, another isekai, to rescue a king from a mysterious threat, which I will eventually review that. And it becomes clear that he has been dragged into a summoning ritual. I mean, no one is really surprised. That really is how they real kingdom. Creating and evolving his only skill, which is to be, well, a food menu. And he can purchase food related supermarket items from modern Japan and obtain them. And once banished from, you know, where he was summoned, he sets off on his own journey to create delicious food delicacies unknown to this current world, which apparently Fenrir's in this, which I'm extremely interested by. I'm a, you know, huge wolf person. I wanted to get a wolf tattoo a long time ago. I settled for the dragon first. Fenrir is enthralled in love with his food, and he basically just becomes a merchant adventurer going from place to place to feed people. So that sounds like reverse Toriko or Bambino with chefs. If you've ever seen Bambino, any of those series, you really should. There's a lot of good cooking series. No, not Shokugeki no Soma, although that's a good show. I mean, it's breasts and look at my food. A long drawn out sentence that kind of is based off what the story's about. Nothing else. No strength in it. No consistency. Just, hey, long ass title. Hopefully we stick to it. And most of the time they don't. Do not stick to the same shit. It's funny is I didn't finish it, but the shows that I will finish, which I had to write this down because I forgot I watched this weeks ago. Do You Love Your Mom and her 2 hit target attacks? Now I actually watched a couple episodes of that shit. If you watch like Hack and Sign or Sword Art Online, most of the time if you watch any of the old school isekais that are about games and world, you rarely see a parent side of them wondering if they're okay. Original character with like a hikikomori or something like that. Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2 target attacks is funny. It's premise about game built to make bond between mother and son better. Honestly, I really liked. Unfortunately, I don't remember what the hell happened. I just completely forgot about it, but it's funny as hell. I should finish it. That series, ReZero, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I haven't watched it, but I heard good things about it. It was a part-timer. I need to watch the first damn season, but I skipped ahead. It's pretty Digimon. Come on, you know that. And Sword Art Online, but not any arc after the second one. I don't care. Anybody says the first 2 are top notch, the second 2 cash cows. Any of the additional arcs I've not paid attention to are the same thing. Sword Art Online is not what it used to be. Not even in the slightest. Speaking of isekais, the weirdest isekai title that I've ever seen so far. Haru is a sex worker in another world. Why the fuck did we need that? Do we have enough ecchi and hentai if you really wanted to get into that? Why? Why do we even need a novel like that? Who the fuck is reading that shit? We're overly feeding people garbage that we know they're just gonna watch now. The series looks like it's gonna be really good. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at following novels, Japanese novels in particular. There are scans as well as the translations in them in English. If there's English copies available, someone let me know. Be out.